Hey there. If you are a bit stuck with questions in your mind about how to teach reading and writing to your children, and you have all of these different words floating around in your brain space, phonics, digraphs, phonemes, what is a phonogram? What's the difference between all of this? What level is my child on? How do I know? And what level comes next? If these are questions that have come up for you, this is a video for you. Today we're going to talk about phonics and reading and writing and how they all play together. So the first thing I want to talk about is the definition of phonics. Phonics is the method we use to teach reading and writing in English. It's as simple as that. It is a very broad umbrella term that applies to learning to read and write. Next, we're going to talk about the two things that make up phonics. Those are phonemes and phonograms. They're very different, but they have a strong correlation. So a phoneme are the 44 sounds in the English language that can be made from 24 are from consonants and 20 are from vowels. Phonograms are the letters, the 26 letters in our alphabet that can be combined in 70 different ways that represent the sounds. So these are the sounds and these are the symbols that represent the sounds. It's important to note that of these 70 combinations, 27 of those combinations do more than one sound. So there is a lot for children to take in when they are learning the phonemes and the phonograms. At this level, this is the level for the 3, 4, 5-year-old. That's what they're working on. First, they're working on their phonemes, their sounds. You start with the classic 26, a, b, k, d, and then you move to the combination with the actual symbol that we use to represent that sound. That's where you'll see sandpaper letters and where you will see the pink reading level in Montessori. From there, we move down to digraphs and trigraphs. Digraphs, both of these things actually, are the sweet spot of the phonemes and the phonograms working together. When you have phonemes and phonograms, the sounds and the letters, you're able to read and write once you've mastered that. So once you've got that down packed as a brilliant 4-year-old, 5-year-old, then you're going to move into the study of digraphs and trigraphs with the child. And it's not important that they know those languages, but if you like to classify things like I do, then it's nice for the adult to be prepared to know these kinds of terminologies, especially when they're coming up on research development on the internet and trying to figure out good plans and activities to do with your children at home. So a digraph are two consonants or two vowels together that make one sound. A trigraph are 3 letters that make one sound. So when the child moves away from understanding phonemes and phonograms, so that's their alphabet, the names of the letters and the names of the letters and the sounds of the letters, then they're going to move down to digraphs first, later on trigraphs. In the digraphs, you're going to work on 2 sections, and they are the consonants and the vowels. The consonant side will come first. We're always moving from left to right in English. So here we see that we have our double or paired consonants that make one sound. So those are words that have TT, LL, SS, FF, just to name a few. From there, you'll move on to the consonant blends that are 2 different consonants coming together to form one sound. Once the child has mastered this level, they're going to move on to the next level. Here we have the vowel sounds that can produce greater than one sound sometimes. If it just has one sound, which is where you will begin after moving away from the consonant digraphs, then you're going to move into the singular sounds of the vowel digraphs. Double O, double E, L-A, just to name a few. Then you're going to move into the vowel blends that can create more than one sound. So O-Y and E-Y create different sounds than what we would assume. And they're longer. There's more than one sound if you sound them out. In the word hey, you hear one beginning with the E and transitioning to the Y sound. We have a special name for these. It's not important that you know, but if you like fun facts, this is the name for digraphs that are vowels that have 2 sounds. We pronounce it like diphthong or diphthong. Once your child has mastered that level, they're going to move over to trigraphs. So trigraphs are 3-letter sounds three letters that make one sound, such as IGH, TCH, SQU, and many, many more. Remembering that there are 70 possible beginning combinations for these sounds, with some of them making 27 different sounds. So that's approximately 100 different sounds that your child will come to learn. The reason why this graph is color-coded in this way is to show you how Montessori approaches this. Keep in mind, in Montessori, this whole method started in Italian, which is a very phonetic language, and English is not so phonetic. So in the pink level, that is where your child will be when they're working on sandpaper letters and the classic pink reading, such as words such as dog, fog, log, word families, 3-letter CVC words. So this could be where your child is at. From there, they'll move to the Montessori blue level, which includes all of these things, and then they'll transition into the Montessori green level. Keeping in mind that they're going to spend the bulk of their time here and here at the pink and green levels. If you see quick transition out of the blue, that's because it's such a small amount of time that they're going to spend on that blue level. So now that we deeply understand the theory and the classification, we can move into more practical applications. So you're probably asking yourself, that's wonderful, but tell me what I can actually do. So at the pink level, what you're going to want to work on are the letter sounds, names, and basic combinations. From there, you're going to want to build in a few sight words. At the pink level, I generally use the, and I. So that's going to help them to be a successful reader when they encounter books such as Bob Books. I'm going to share more practical resources in my highlights as well, if you'd like to look over there under the Reading and Writing archive. Moving into the blue level, if that's where your child is at, they are going to focus on the double consonants. So TT, LL, LL, like in the word bottle, we see a double T. Once they have a big repertoire of these words, they can move into the higher levels of Bob Books. It's a classic example that we all see. You're going to want to build some sight words here too. So common ones that you'll find in the books are you, here, to, is. Build in a couple more there. From there, your child's going to move into the green level where they're going to spend the bulk of their time. It's such a big level. So here, you're going to want to build a lot more sight words at this level so they can read more masterfully. Good sight words are the 3 kinds of there, and the adverbial questions of who, what, where, why, when, those kinds of things. Because at this level, they're building so many possible combinations that when they encounter them in books, they're going to really need to know how to do that, how to read, how to pronounce. So these are some thoughts and ideas that you can use. I hope this helps.